Guys, if you can see the balance there, I haven't touched nothing. I've been honest. I've been faithful. I didn't trade it. Even though I saw some good setups where I was like, bro, I can easily turn this into something else, but I didn't do it. So I've been faithful, guys. I've been faithful. So we're gonna get straight into it, guys. It's been a very long time. Shout out to everybody who's in here. Maximus, Adib, Mr. R. Yeah, long time. I know, long time, guys. I've been busy, but I've been working for you guys. If you guys haven't heard already, I've secured 5 accounts for a giveaway. We're gonna be announcing that very soon. Um, so stay tuned for that. But basically, I'm just working on a bunch of things for you guys to kind of, help with the community and the channel and all that good stuff. So just bear with me, but I'm trying to also be consistent. That's why we're doing this. Last week I couldn't go live. Guys, it's tax season over here. No, I'm saying tax season. So yeah, it's tax season. My fault, guys. Yeah, it's tax season. So, you know, gotta get busy. Anyways, what we have to do is we have to basically choose from the scroll of doom. Where is that at? Right here. Oh my gosh. I have so many tabs open, bro. Guys, give me 1 second. I am trying my best. There we go. I'm trying my absolute best here to switch this over. So, oh, this is the wrong one. Okay, never mind. Guys, you know what? We're just going to choose together as a team and we're going to trade it just like that. All right? Because if I try and do it the way that I want to do it, it's going to slow me down. So let's go ahead and get some ideas in the chat for which pair we should be trading. And then we're going to decide if we're going to be going long or short. I think last time, in fact, I can check. Last time I think we did, I can't remember. GBP USD. That's what we did. GBP USD. All right, guys. So we're going to be choosing a time, not a time frame. We're going to be choosing a pair to trade, and then we're going to go long or short. Now, you guys know I don't trade Forex. I only do futures, and it's Tuesday, so I don't trade. So y'all got to let me know which pairs we want to trade. So let's start off with some, maybe with a poll. Let's start off with a quick poll. What pair should we trade? And guys, it looks like we only have enough leverage for like one trade. JPY. So we got to be careful. And then what is another one? Should we do Euro USD? Yeah, we'll see. So I just submitted this poll, guys. Let me know what you want us to trade. Adib said, bro, how is business doing in tariff situation? We already pivoted. Thank God we already pivoted before this. So we're good, right? But I won't lie. We I think this was last month. Last month we got hit with a nasty, what was it, like a 40% tax? Bro, on something that we brought in. Just disgusting. So it's been a little interesting, but we have local sourcing, we have outside sourcing, like US, Asia, like lots of places. So we have different options. Some are a bit cheaper than others, but in times like this, having options helps you because then you can just go to the one that's local, for example. So we're okay for now. All right. Everyone said XAUUSD. Y'all are some criminals. All right. XAUUSD, there's 5 people in here. 3 people voted. I'm going to end the poll real quick. And then we are going to do one more poll. And let me switch to XAUUSD real quick. Boom. All right, cool. Let me switch to the 1 hour chart as well. All right. Yikes. Look at this majestic work. XAUUSD not looking great. But let me ask you guys one more question, which is long or short? Just in case some people don't know what that is. Buy. Oop. Why does it say busy? Buy. Sell. All right. So here we go. Y'all let me know we're going to buy or sell your. This is the 1 hour chart, by the way, guys. This is the 1 minute. Okay. This is what the 1 minute is looking like. Let me go back a little bit. 1 minute. Okay. Include Nas? No, we don't. I want to, but we don't do no features with this one. We have a Forex fan base pretty much. So we just do for all of this, we just do Forex. So you guys said sell. All right, so we should hit sell right now. You guys know the rules. We're gonna hit sell and we're gonna try and put our stop loss where we can. In this case here, I think we can only open. Let me see. Let me see if I can get a position size calculator on here. Guys, you have to give me 1 second. I'm gonna have to take this off for a moment. Give me one moment. Is this expert advisors? Guys, 1 sec. 1 second. Okay, that should be good. Let me see something here. All right, cool. So what we need to do is we need to, if we sell, let's say we sell right here, we put our stops right here. Maybe we'll go for maybe a 1 to 2. And we are trying to risk $26. So this is so bad because the move's already started. But I want to see it pull back just a little bit. Just a little. I don't feel like entering right here. What do you guys think about the stops and the entry? What do you guys think? You guys think we should enter now or wait? Let me start another poll real quick. Oh, let me close this one first and pull. And then let me start another one. Adib said, imagine you wake up next day and Canada's 54. Bro, that would be insane. That would be insane. All right, so we're entering for a sell, guys. I need your help. Should we enter for a sell now or should we wait? And what do you guys think about the stops? You guys think it's good enough? Not so good? What do you guys think? Okay, everybody said wait. All right, cool. So we're going to wait it out. I'm going to wait it out. So because, wait, let me see. Let me click how many people voted wait. Oh, just one. We need at least 2 more votes. We need at least 2 more votes. We need at least 2 more votes. Okay. We got 2 people voting no. Let's get 1 more. Everybody's basically saying to wait. Let's take a look at the 15 here, guys. Let's take a look. Let's do a bit of an analysis here. This is interesting. I mean, at least just from looking at here, we're overall in the uptrend. Yes, we have kind of gotten some shifts in the market and some change of characters, but we're overall kind of bullish. Exactly where our stop loss is where I would have actually entered for a sell. So, all right, nobody else is voting. I'm just going to end it. Bro, where is everybody? Dean, Ludo, Fauci, KT3, etc. Bro, I have no idea. Last time I spoke to Fauci was like over a month ago. He said he was just trying to lock in and get his life together because he had some things to do. Same thing. What's his name? Dean said. Dean is in an internship. He's trying to secure a job or an internship, something like that. Ludo's got a lot on his plate. Ludo has so much on his plate that even to trade is becoming really difficult for him. I can't put out too much of his business, but yeah, I talk to Ludo almost every day. So he's going through his fair share. Who else was the other person? KT3. I don't know what KT3 is. I haven't spoken to KT3, but basically everybody else that I've been speaking to, Sako as well. I spoke to Sako. Everybody seems to be going through their own challenges. It's just a very interesting time in the market. Also, guys, I know a lot of traders right now that aren't trading at all because of all the stuff that's happening with the markets. They're just not trading. So, very, very interesting stuff. I'm still trading. I took a trade. I took 3 trades yesterday. 1 loss and 2 winners. So it's not bad. But as I was explaining in the video, you have to adjust your positions and stuff because of how the market is moving. Here's the thing: as an index trader, volatility is amazing. You just have to learn how to manage it. But it can be quite stressful, especially in the beginning. It was really weird. You're like, what the heck? Like the way price was moving, it was moving massive ticks. You know what I mean? And points. Way more than it was like 4 times the amount. It was insane how much price was moving. So, what do you guys think? We should start selling? We kind of missed the gravy train a little bit. We would have to put in a 0.01 either way. Shoot, we don't have that much room for trade. All right, guys, let's just enter. We've got nothing going on. Let's just enter. We're gonna enter, put our stops. What was it here? Something like that. $8. We're trying to make, we need to make $22 basically. So damn, bro, we got a long way to go to make $22. Sheesh. That's a far stretch, I'm not gonna lie. It's a far stretch. So go for a short. Yeah, man. FM, good seeing you, brother. Hey, what's good? You guys, look, Adi was just asking about Ludo. Ludo's in here. What's good, guys? What's good? What's good? What's good? I was just telling everybody, Ludo, how much you've got the world on your shoulders and you're working out your own stuff. So, you know what I mean? You're kind of busy handling your own stuff. They were asking me where KT3 everybody else is at. And I'm like, everybody's got life, man. So we just entered for a short. Guys, I honestly think in order for these challenges to be somewhat worth it, I think we've got to keep our risk low. I know we're risking 20% and stuff, but like, I would say if price breaks above here or something like that, like risking, what are we risking here? $8. That's not bad. That's not bad, but we need to get better entries than this and better stops, to be quite honest. I personally would not trade with a stop this wide. It's just too much. For me personally, if I was to enter here, which I wouldn't, but if I was to enter here, there's no way my stop would be higher than this, to be quite honest. It would be there and then that's it. That's what I would do, to be honest. So you guys got to help me out here a little bit. Monastrisky said go for short. Then he said enter for sell now and let it run as a swing trade. All right, we'll see what happens. We're going to let it run as much as we need to. And if we can put in other positions, we will. Good old gold doing what it does best. Good old gold doing what it does best. Adib said, bro, you should have entered at the engulfing candle. I think you entered a little late. I did enter late, but you guys, I'm trading off of your recommendations. So you guys spoke late. I'm like, tell me when to enter. Nobody's telling me when to enter. Everybody said wait. And then at this point, we got nothing going on. We need to have fun and make money at the same time. That's how this goes. Money plus fun. I'm saying, so we'll see what we can do. Right now, we only got enough leverage for like one buy. Let me see. Do I have enough? Let me get rid of this real quick. Margin. Oh, no. I have enough for 0.5. Okay, so we can enter multiple positions. Oh, let's make this fun. Let's make this fun. We're either going to blow the account today or we're going to make some money. We'll see what happens. We will see what happens. See, like right here, I'd already be out the trade, to be quite honest. It wouldn't, I'd call it. And I would wait for like another setup around maybe here if I'm still going short. You know what I mean? But you guys said short. Let me ask you guys a question. Is the stops in a good place? Are the stops in a good place? Should we put it higher, lower? Because like I said, for me personally, my trading is very, like I try to be very accurate. So for me personally, my stops are going to be right here. Okay. My entry would have probably been, God, I wouldn't even take this setup. So I don't even know how to illustrate it. But let's just say where the blue line was. That would be my Entry, stops would be here. I'd be aiming for like probably around here, right here. That's what I would be looking for. Like I wouldn't really, or I'd just do a simple 1 to 2, probably based off of this. 1 to 2 might be like around this level here or something like that, right? That's what I would go for. I wouldn't really do nothing more than that, but to each his own. Ludo said, hey, Deep, how you been? Okay, he's talking to a Deep. Bro, Silver been consolidating. Had a crazy run this morning. Nice. Nice. And Ludo trades the chef. Yes, sir. Yeah, Chef Ludo. I hope what you're cooking is edible. Ludo cooks all sorts of things. I can attest to that. Bro, fine yesterday, whatever. 32.38. I would put it 32.38. So your stops would be right here. Damn, brother. If I move my stops there, let me see what it'll say. Let me see. $24. That's not bad. That's risking like a little more than half. But damn, yeah, we'd have to swing this for real. That's too, brother, that's too far. We're supposed to be scalping first off. I mean, we're supposed to be scalping. Like, what is going on? That's far. But I mean, from a swing perspective, though, I get it, right? Like, if you put your stops off the 1 hour, yeah, it's not bad. That's not bad. You enter here, you put your stops here, and then you're obviously gonna probably swing to like, I don't know, maybe somewhere down here, maybe. What would we make if we came down here? $112. Man, that'd be a great flip for real. We'll see. We'll see. We're taking suggestions. We're taking suggestions. The trade was a 1 to 5. Adib, fire. It's a fire trade. That's what my people said. My food's so good that they're not worthy for it, so I just eat mouse. Ludo is a madman. Ludo is a madman. All right, guys. We'll see what happens. I have an area that I may want to enter. If we're still going short, to me that. I would say based on this structure here, if we're going short, I have an area that I want to enter. We'll see when it gets there. Hey, what's good, Marcus? No way he is back live. Everybody give Marcus a round of applause. That man is a strong trooper. Strong trooper. Shout out to Marcus. Mr. Marcus Adrian's in the building, everybody. Haha, for a flipping challenge, maybe it's too big of a risk with small capital. Yeah, we're just having fun, bro. I think we put in like $50 in here. So we're just having fun. We're going to see what we can make off of this and yeah, I mean, kind of take it from there. But last week we made like $20 or so. So it was like 20% of the account. It was pretty cool. So we're trying to do that again. We're trying to hit another 20% run, which means we got to make at least $22 to get. Well, we've got to make, if we risk, no, we've got to make $10 actually. Am I tripping? Our risk, okay, wait. Let me put, our risk is here. Our entry is here. Our profit is there. And we're risking 20%. Yeah, so we're risking $11.85, and to make $11.85 is 20% of the account. That seems weird to me. What was the balance initially? 6605, 66. Okay, let me do the math real quick. Minus 20%. Okay. And then I gotta take this minus 66.05. It's 13. Bro, the math is even wrong on this. What the heck? It's 13. So we're risking 13 to make. Yeah, so I guess anywhere, if we make $13, I guess we're good. Bro, this is insane. I'm gonna start. I think I'm gonna enter another position, to be honest. Just to make it interesting. We'll enter one more. We might as well put our stops above the high here. Because then if this fails, then we're just wrong completely. Let's do this. And we'll put our stops. Now we have, what are we going to lose? Yeah, so we'll lose $8. And then that way we can minimize how much we make. Sorry, minute. We can maximize how much we make. So from here, this would be 7. Yeah. So our risk is 8. Wait, what is it? What is it here that we're gonna lose? 10 and 8. So we're risking $18. So we gotta make at least like 36. So this is not enough. The other one is way too far. All right, let me go back on the 1 hour. Let me go back on the 1 hour. Let's bring this back up here real quick. Let's take a look and see what that looked like. 24. Man, the price has to travel to thy kingdom come in order to make some money. 7 and... Nah, bro, that's terrible. So we got to push both of these. 13 and 7. Still not good enough. 17 and... You guys, you notice how price is just pushing down for... This is how I'm trading nowadays. I'm not lying to you. That's why I said I have one area. And to be honest, this might have been enough for me to... Not really. Maybe like down here, I'd be out already. With futures, if you size your position properly, you don't need many points. 30, 40 points, you're out. You're out. In futures, you know how gold is. Gold would probably push us back up, but in futures, we'd at least get to this blue line and be out. It wouldn't even take long. A lot of my trades, I took a trade. You guys, you remember the day when price moved like 20% on NAS and 10% on S&P 500 when Trump paused the tariffs? That day, I took a trade. It was 26 seconds. It's in this market. If you are accurate, you can be in and out. In and out. Marcus, bro, how is your father doing? Marcus, welcome, brother. Good luck, man. Thank you, Mona Tursky. I'm just gonna call you Mona. Ludo said buy gold, bro. Everybody told me to sell, so that's what we doing, bro. We selling. Good luck, man. Buy gold. Hey, Marcus, how you doing? Silver near POI. I shouldn't be watching the charts right now, but I'll risk my psychology for you. Ludo, guess what? I'm gonna split the profits with you just for that loyalty. I appreciate you. I'm gonna split the profits with you. All right. Adib said, Ludo, bro, risk very small, so it doesn't affect you that much. Ludo's got it, man. Ludo's a seasoned vet. This is where I was trying to wait for price to get to initially, but we entered down here, which was a really bad decision, right? The difference between a good trade and a bad trade is your entry, man. Trust me on that. Your entry, you can get into some great spots and really move, get some far movement if you enter correctly, right? Price is pushing down, so that's not too bad. Hopefully gold does us a good one this time and not, its usual craziness. 1 second, guys. Boy. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, we in the markets. This is going to take forever, bro. I remember the last time we did this on stream, it took us like 3 hours. You guys, look how gold is just dropping from that. It's like literally the sniper entry. You know what I'm saying? And it's Tuesday. So think about that. You know me on Tuesdays. Tuesdays, it's like I don't even know what I'm doing in the markets. It's Tuesday. All right, guys, come on, talk to me, bro. We need to get some activity going. Like we're basically just watching the charts. We need to have some fun. We got to do something. All right, so right there and then on futures. Oh, this is a great trade. On futures, no word of a lie. Let me show you guys where my stops would be. On futures, let me first measure. Let me measure. So we entered from here. No word of a lie, my stops are usually like that, like really tight. Now, when the market is volatile, you know what I mean, like market open and stuff like that, you got to push it a bit. But even so, literally, that's what I'm doing now. I'm trying to be accurate in the market, and I'm finding I can get in here, push down there. You can make like $400-$500, especially not even like on a contract. You know, even if you trade like micros, you can get good positions. You can get great positions on a micro, right? So if you trade like, let's say you traded 5 micros from here to here on futures, oh, you are eating. That's a good move. You can ask Ludo. Ludo, am I lying? You take a trade like this on Nas from here, you entered here to here. You're eating right now. You're eating right now. I'm sure you're the cat Foreign was talking about. Everybody in my vlog to Panama said we know for sure that taxi driver that tried to kidnap you was Adib. Yeah, the whole comment section was full of Adib. You have a reputation, dog. You have a reputation. That is funny. But guys, gold is. I'm buying gold right now. There are 5 contracts. 5 minis or 5 micros? Brother. Anyways, it depends on the size of your account, right? If you're trading like a 150K account or a 100K account, then yeah, you're okay with 5 micros. It's not going to be too bad with considering your account size. But if you're trading a 50K account, 5 minis is... Oh, Ludo's laughing. I love it. At a D, he's holding up. We're going to a retreat next week. Yeah, I didn't want to bring that up, Marcus, to be honest. I didn't know if you had shared it publicly. That's why I just said everybody give him a round of applause. He's a strong man. I didn't want to get into your business. It's not my place to say. You know what I mean? It's not for me to tell, so I just left it at that. So, yeah. Shout out to Marcus, everybody. Marcus is a trooper. Marcus is a trooper. Let me see if I can do this right now. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. All right, guys. So not too bad. Not too bad with this trade, guys. We're down. Here's the thing with trading, guys, to be quite honest. Like, it's nice to aim for areas like here. But in situations like this, if I'm already up 1 to 3, 1 to 4, I'm either closing the whole thing because like I said, on futures, we're eating. On futures, we are cooking. I'm either closing full or like at least one position that's like in the most, to be quite honest, moving my stops to break even. Which I think at this point, we probably should move our stops to break even. Let me ask you guys in the chat, though. Let me ask you guys real quick. Hey, yo, chat. Hold on, let me ask. Should we move stops to break even? All right, y'all let me know. Because we're trading together as a team, as a family. Mini's going all in. Full margin. That's the way, Ludo. Buy high, sell low. That's the way. Oh my goodness. Shout out to Ludo, bro. If you guys have noticed, Ludo's been helping me a lot. We got some announcements to make that'll all come in time. But shout out to Ludo, man. Ludo is a trooper. Ludo is mad loyal, super supportive. And Ludo, when I say Ludo's going through the world, or the world going through him, pause. Have you guys ever seen that comedian who's like, he's a Jamaican guy. He says the most random stuff. He came on one time, he's like, right now, and he always makes his fingers like this. He's like, right now, I can't really tell if I'm going through a lot or if a lot is going through me. All right, everybody said move stops to break even, so we go move stops to break even. Guys, good risk management. In a trade like this, you ain't gotta really give away all your profits. I think we'll make like 1 cent. Oh, 19 cents. Hooray! We'll make 19 cents. All right. So, guys, this is now a risk-free trade. Officially a risk-free trade. We are up almost $10. Not bad, guys. Not bad. You know, hopefully it goes to TP. We'll see what the market does, and we'll take it from there. But yeah, man, that's what the guy says. He's hilarious. Everybody's laughing. I'm in the pool. Remind me later. Bro, for a second I thought the stream ended. I was tripping. But yeah, man, yeah, that guy's hilarious. He's so funny. He goes, man, he has a bunch of jokes. I'm gonna find some for you guys. But his name is, I think his name is Mark as well. Comedian Mark. I think that's his name. If you guys want to search him up, comedian Mark. Who to say, yo, bro, the world got me thinking it's flat. Bro, the internet will really, people are really convincing at theories, bro. You know what I mean? On these things when it comes to the what shape the earth is and so on, and moon landing and all that stuff, man. There's a lot of theories out there, to be honest. But bro, I'm not gonna lie, guys. I'm so focused on my bread. I like nothing else goes through my mind except that. Like that's all. I was looking at my because we have to do taxes. I was looking at my taxes and I was looking at um man, BK be on some craziness. Yeah, I was looking at my taxes, looking at all these things and stuff. I was looking at how I can maximize how much I'm making, how much I'm spending. Guys, so the problem I have with my taxes is this year I think I'm gonna owe a lot of money because my expenses were so low and my profits were insane. Like my profit, like I think my profit to what was it? In fact, let me do the math real quick. Guys, give me 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds. If we do okay, minus no. Okay. Oops. 1 second, guys. Guys, my profit margin was like 88% for my businesses this year. So literally, even though I bought a bunch of stuff, I was making way more than what I am spending. So me and the accountant, we're trying to figure out how to offset it, bro. It's just a lot. I'm gonna end up paying crazy taxes, bro. So it's good, but it's not great because in Canada where I'm from, you can pay up to 56% in taxes, right? So let's just say I made 50K just to be modest, right? Let's say I made 50K. If I made 50K, then I can pay upwards of like, I don't know, 28K or something like that in taxes, which is nasty work, right? Yeah, 88%. So here's the thing that with me, I'm in my mindset and everything I do, I try to be very efficient. I try to spend little, make a lot. That's why even in my trading journey, I told you guys, I think the most I've lost altogether, including challenges I've purchased and money I've lost in blowing accounts and everything, was like 3K. And my first payout, or my first time getting paid from this whole thing, I made more than that. I made almost double that, right? So that's just how my mind works. And so the problem I have now is that I have no expenses because I'm very efficient. Like I use everything I can to the best of my ability to generate a lot and try and keep a lot. And that's why, guys, by the way, if you see a lot of people buying, yeah, exactly. Thank you, Marcus. If you see a lot of people buying like Rolexes and Lambos and stuff, the way it started wasn't to flex. All the modern social media people use it to flex and stuff. But in the beginning, people used it as a way to get tax cuts. That's what it was for, right? So they would use, buying, whether it was a plane, a car, a Rolex, Richard Mille, anything, a house, right, to offset some of their taxes. I'm not particularly good at that. Like, even though I don't know, there's a lot of stuff that I want to buy, but I'm just being so conservative right now. Just because right now markets and all these things are so uncertain that I'm just trying to. I'm not sure we're headed to a great place, to be quite honest, economically. So I'm being very careful with my money because we don't know what the future holds. Right now, for example, in Canada, there's a lot of regulation as to who you can trade with, brokers. There's a lot of brokers that I try to work with. They're like, oh, you're from Canada? We can't work with you. Too much regulation, right? So what if we get to a point where they say you can't trade? What if we get to a point where they say you can't do this or do that? And so I'm just trying to be future focused. But at the same time, I'm ending up giving that money back to the government. So I got to find some way to offset that. And then the tax situation in Canada is very complicated too. Like they have something called a pierce the veil law or policy. So what that means is that like in the US, if I have an LLC or if I have a full-on corporation, I can, set up other LLCs and certain things like that, move money, even if it's just one. I can have a holding corp. I can have an S corp for a certain. I can have certain things where I can move money around, offset some costs, buy things, do that, protect my assets, separate it from my income. In Canada, you will, no matter what you do, even if you kept all your money in the corp, they will still personally tax you. They'll come for you in the corporation You're going to have to pay hefty in the corporation, and then they're going to come for you as well in a personal sense, and you just can't avoid it. It's very, very difficult. So I can't explain on YouTube here how to properly go about the tax system. Yeah, I mean, never know, government might be watching, but you just got to be very strategic in the way that you move. And so I've already said too much. And so anyways, that's how it goes. So yeah, my profit margin for this year was like 88% in profit. Because remember, I run a lot of my businesses from home, outsource a lot of things to people who can do certain things. And so I really don't have much expenses. I don't have to really drive. Sometimes I'll take a trip to go see a supplier, a vendor, things like that. You know what I mean? But most of the communication is done through email, through over the phone. And then we have a couple employees that, do some of the heavy lifting for us in certain settings. So, you know what I mean? But I think I'm going to have to start turning up just a little bit, man. I'm going to have to start spending a bit. Who knows? I might buy some stuff. We'll see. We shall see. I got to finish speaking to the accountant and see what we got to do. All right, guys, if you're just joining us, welcome. All right. Yeah, 56% White Eagle. 56, bro. It's crazy, bro. That's crazy. 55%. Yeah, guys, it's 56% it can get to, right? So it's really like, now, okay, granted it's in tiers, right? Like, so after, let's say your first 20K, you pay like, I think like 13 or 18%, then your next 40 or 50K, something like that. So the tiers go up and up and up, but eventually you get to a point where a certain part of your money is taxed 56%. It's not fun in any setting. I don't care if it's 10K that's being taxed 56%. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm not trying to advocate against not paying taxes, but when people say taxation is theft, I kind of relate, bro. Like, we put in so much work. We don't have no government grants. We don't have no government sponsorships. Everything we did, we bootstrapped our businesses from the ground up, put our hard-earned savings into it. A lot of our businesses failed in the beginning. Like, it's no joke. You put in all this work, you get nothing from the government. And then at the end of the year, they're like, yeah, we want half. From what? What did you do? This is why a lot of people move to Dubai and Miami, by the way, guys. It's all the tax benefits, right? From what I understand, I could be wrong. In Miami, I think you don't pay any personal income taxes because they said that's offset by all the tourism, right? In Dubai, they have their tax benefits. I remember during the crypto rush, I think it was Venezuela or one of the countries near those regions. They were like, bro, if you move over here, you could do whatever you want. You could be a billionaire. You can keep 100% of your money. We won't tax your business or you. Bro, I legit sometimes want to move. I'm not going to lie to you guys because the advantages of moving outweigh being here sometimes. But I'm not trying to sound like a Debbie Downer. You know what I mean? I'm just telling you guys what it is. What's up? All right, anyways. So, Uncle Sam finna sanction you and extradite you. Seize him. They finna come after me for real. Bro, don't you have citizenship in Africa? So can't you? Bro, what made you assume I have citizenship in Africa, Deep? You're racist. First off, Africa's not a country. Deep, oh my God, brother. Brother, you were just making a mess in the kitchen right now. Cayman Islands, yeah, you might be right. Marcus. So can't you make a bank account there and store money there? You guys, I have, to be honest with you, Adib, I do have accounts in Africa, but I'm sorry, bro. I can only do so much with that. It's a complicated issue. I have money that goes there a little bit, but nothing too crazy. You have to understand where you put your money really matters because in a hard situation, you guys heard this was like last year. Remember when Nigeria was blocking people from removing their money, withdrawing their money, and then they started trying to like blow up the banks and stuff? Bro, like, yeah, I mean, you got to be careful. Like, even here though, it gets kind of crazy. If I try to send anything over like 5K, they want me to put in my driver's license and stuff to verify. It's insane. Right? 5K. But anyways, it's to protect you, right? Because to be fair, there was a time where 5K was a lot of money. Yeah, I mean, if somebody just took 5K like that, I would go to the bank and drape somebody up, right? So it's fair. But there's a lot of restrictions when removing your money from certain institutions. So you got to be careful where you put your money. I save strategically or keep my money strategically in certain banks and work with certain banks for certain benefits. And it's all a finance game, man. A D be wallet. A D really be wallet. Bro, I forgot your country name. Well, my parents are from Ghana. I'm Ghanaian, but born in Canada. So that's the name of the country. If that's what you're looking for, the African one is Ghana. Shout out to all my Ghanaians. Aule. I almost burned my eggs because of Adib. Adib's just the cause of all that is evil, bro. The evaluation of the currency over there is a scary. That too. You know what I'm saying? That too. That bro. Like in my country, if I send like 100, let's just call it 100 US, it's like 1,000 in their currency. So you can just imagine if things go up and down, you getting, you know what I mean? Getting waxed. So, oh yeah. But guys, can we give a round of applause for this sniper entry right here? Like this is, look. Let me try and zoom in. Let me see if I can zoom in. Look at this entry, bro, right there. That is the most sniper of sniper entries, bro. Sniper entry. Round of applause. Are you safe trading with 1 minute? To be honest, 1 minute is all I trade, White Eagle. But what we're doing is we're doing like a community challenge. So everybody in the, you know, in our YouTube and our Discord, we're trading together as a team. Because I don't actually trade Forex, I trade futures. I'm a futures trader, right? So, and if I do trade like Forex CFD firms, I'll trade indices, right? So I don't, my bread and butter is NAS 100 or NQ, ES or SPX 500 or YM and Dow, not Dow, US 30. So that's what I usually trade, right? So I just, based off of what I would do on futures, I entered, right? Because like I said, I've just been, I try to be very accurate in the market, and I just know when price is retracing and when it's doing certain things, where it's going, at least with futures. So I thought, let me just try it with gold. That's why I said earlier, if I have any idea as to where I'm going to sell, I'm waiting for it to get to here, and I did that. But anyways, on the 1 minute is where I live. Everybody who knows me knows I'm a 1 minute champion type of thing, right? 1 minute chart is the best for me for my executions. I do my analysis on higher time frames. Obviously, you'll look at the 1 hour and the 15 and the daily. Every day, I start off with the daily, do my analysis. God, look at this. OMG, bro, that is wild. Right? So anyways, I do my analysis on the daily. Then eventually I get to the 1 hour and then the 15 and then back down to the 1. All right. Thank you guys for the round of applause. Appreciate you. Bro, I entered on gold for real. Don't hate. No, you're good, bro. You're good, man. Make your money. If you feel like gold is going up, go up. I have no idea what gold is doing. I don't trade gold. I didn't analyze it. I asked you guys for your expertise, and y'all said it was sell. So I said, all right, sell. So that was the reason for entering right here, which was a poor entry, because we took too long to enter. But then, you know, when we got up here, we sold there. So we're kind of good. We're not too bad. We're hovering around $10, which is not bad. $10 is bringing our account to about 74. But if we can get the account to where we're at 66, if we can get the account to about $100, I think that would be a massive dove. What are we looking at to make here? Over here, we would be making, we'd make $17. Okay, that's not bad. And then over here, we'd be making 12. Yeah, that's about $30 right there. So guys, if everything goes well, we will bring the account to $100, which means we would officially flip the account. Guys, that would be amazing. I pray that's what happens, man. That would be amazing. As a group, as a community, flip in 2 trades. That would be fantastic. So hopefully it works out. We'll see what happens. You guys, gold is not I don't like gold because gold, fun fact, has taken the most money from me out of every pair I've ever traded my entire life. And then also I hate the way like it just doesn't go, like, don't get me wrong, when it's buying, sometimes it could just continue going up. But it loves to do these things where like it'll give you something like this and then come all the way back up here. And it's like, what are you doing? You are here. We want to go here. Just keep going down. And I know what you're saying. Price doesn't really move like that. It goes up. On indices, you can get some days where price will just shoot, bro. Man. Anyways, I'm done talking trash about gold. But bro, I thought you were born in Ghana, moved to Canada. Nope. My parents migrated here, you know, earlier in the days, and then they had me, obviously. So I was born here. Bro, I entered on gold for real. Don't hate. SL like 5 to 10 pips below the low of the bullish candlestick. Which bullish candlestick? There's one here. There's one here. Or are you talking about the ones over here? But best of luck, Ludo. Ludo waved. Good luck, traders. Gold is a gold digger for real. Gold is, bro, I don't like gold, bro. But to be fair, if you want to make money and you don't have that much, gold is the way to go. Trust me on that. Gold is the way to go. Because this 0.01 on any other pair might have been like $2 by now, bro. It don't go nowhere. So yeah, man. So the goal today is to make $30. Then we can officially flip the account to 100. It's a risk free trade right now, right? Price is already our stops are break even. So whatever happens, it's risk free, risk free, risk free, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. Man, I forgot to pin this. I forgot to pin this. Give me 1 second. Okay, cool. Boom. Let me put this in right here. All right. For those of you who are new, join the Discord. It's pinned also. All right. Join the Discord. So like I said, guys, for those of you who haven't seen that video on how to get a free prop from challenge, we are doing a giveaway for 5 accounts. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to be announcing soon how to enter that giveaway and how you're going to win and all that good stuff. But watch the video for the instructions, guys. Watch the video. It's called How to Get a Free Prop from Challenge. I think I made it like 3 days ago, 5 days ago, something like that. All right, so. The ones over here. Okay, got you. So you're in good profit then. I think you entered, if I'm not mistaken, I think you say you entered like around here, and your stops is around, you said right below. Yeah, not bad. You're at least at a 1-to-1 almost right now. Yeah, anything above here and you are set. Let me delete this. Delete that. All right. Low volume today. Yeah. Tuesdays, I don't really trade Tuesdays. In fact, not really. I don't trade Tuesdays at all. I think I've taken a couple trades last year on Tuesdays because there was there was a month or two where I was just on a roll. I was crushing it, bro. So I even got some trades in on Tuesday. It was that good. Bro, 9 people watching the trade. Yeah. Yeah. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, so I don't trade Tuesdays. Tuesdays don't, you know what I'm saying? They don't work for me. I just leave it alone. I don't try and force it. I've never looked on the charts on Tuesday and said, oh man, I missed this great opportunity. I'm like, nah. I don't care if Tuesday dropped 100,000 pips. I won't trade on Tuesdays. It would have to be like a super convincing setup. I don't like Tuesdays at all. I just stick to my Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Fridays, I have the highest win rate on. Fridays, I've only had 1 red day since last year. As in, like, since January of last year, I've had 1 red day on Fridays. All the other days were green. Every Friday was green. So Fridays are very good days for me. Thursdays are like, here and there. Wednesdays are either going to make me happy or they're going to make me sad. But Thursdays, Fridays, they usually plan. Thursday, here's what I'll say about Thursday. Every other Thursday for me is a banger day. Because at least in indices, every other Thursday, you get just a really nice move, whether it's a drop to the downside or move to the upside, and it just keeps going. Thursdays move a lot, right? So we love Thursdays. Oh, shoot. When I said we move stops to break even, I forgot we entered right here. So this trade should have been closed. And then, so now what will happen is, if we lose this, we'll lose 20 cents. But if we lose this, we'll lose $5. That's not great, is it? You know what I should have done? I should have closed this here and then maybe re-entered around here. I think that would just make more sense. Right? I think that'll make more sense. So what I'm going to do is I'll leave it alone, guys. It is what it is. We made our bet. We got to lay in it. I'm for a 1 to 1.5, like 5 contracts. Got you. Yeah, bro, but you're 5 contracts in, so you know how futures goes already. Well, certain days make you sad. That's real understanding of the market. Yep. This Thursday will be canceled. Wait, it's Easter Friday. And then what's happening on Thursday again? I feel like Marcus. Marcus, can you refresh my memory on as to what's going on Thursday? The markets are closed those days, aren't they? Gotcha. 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 So that means we only got tomorrow. Tomorrow. So there you go. Tomorrow I got to full port my account, guys. Got to make up for the 2 days. I got to full part. Hail Mary. You know what I mean? 15 contracts. You know what I'm saying? One time. I know Friday the market was going to be closed. But Thursday. Sorry, but Friday. I'm not too sure about Friday. Sorry, about Thursday. Bro, my mind's all over the place. Thursday. Bro, let's make this interesting, bro. That's the thing about trading, guys, by the way. Trading is very boring. Trading is very, very boring. The only thing that makes trading somewhat exciting is when your heart is racing because your position size is so massive. So every time it goes up and down, you feel like you're in and out of the hospital. But other than that, trading can be super boring. I'm going to try and offset some of these costs here. We might lose a little bit more, but I'm going to try. I'm going to try and offset some of these costs here. When we move to a certain point, I'm going to probably put in another position so I can offset the extra, like the minus $3, $4, or $5, whatever. See if I could offset that. Bro, trying to make another day in the life of an unprofitable trader again with that 50 contracts. Yeah, I got so many messages about that title. Everyone's like, bro, why this title? Why this title? I thought it would change things up and spice things up, to be honest, guys. That's what I thought. So that's why I did it. I thought it was funny. Because like the title says unprofitable, but the thumbnail doesn't look like it, right? So I thought it was funny. I thought it was funny, guys. But I appreciate the love and support you guys shared in that video. That was fire. Now that I know that you guys kind of mess with the vlogs a bit, I'll do a little bit more day in the lives. Obviously, nothing too much, but every so often, I'm going to show you guys what's going on. I don't know what the reason is, but you should have an email from Top Still as well. Bro, I get so many. If I show you my email, my Gmail, you're going to cry. You're going to be like, this guy is nice, Ludo. Nice exit. Nice exit. All right, I'm going to enter one more position here, guys, real quick. I'm going to try and offset some of the costs here. We need to, let's see, what would be. I think if I do that, I can, and I'll enter one more near the exit there. What would this be? Let's see. Oops. $1.45? Nah, we need a bit more than that. So that I can close. This one here is just a bad entry, to be quite honest. So what I want to do is I want to close this entry, right? If price gives me enough to offset it, I can absorb the loss, right? So I'm gonna close this entry. Oh, we're going up. I'm gonna put another one in. We're gonna gamble this bad boy. I want to offset this one here. And then let's get one more in there. Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Oh, the trader was funny. Yeah, I appreciate that, Marcus. So again, we want to offset these costs here. So this one is in like a minus. By the time it comes down here, it should be, it should be enough for me to close out and then close that. And then we'll have the one position. And then what we'll do is that if not, and it keeps going up, then we'll just maybe enter another sell. But if that ends up working out, then we can get some higher entries here, We already have our stops to break even at these points anyways. So then we've reduced our risk, but we've increased our potential to make more money. So we'll see what happens. We shall see what happens. I need this to get to, what would this be again? $2. I don't know about that. But I think by the time it gets there, it'll be about break even for that trade. So I think it'll be all right. If we go down, if we don't go down, then it is what it is. Just got to be patient, ladies and gentlemen. We got to be patient. We got to be patient. Got to be patient. So yeah, man, we're going to try and offset that. We just need price to go down there a bit, and then that should be that. That should be that. Obviously, I should probably say this. Don't try this at home, guys. Don't try this with your own account. Everything we're doing here is just for entertainment. We don't care about this account. We're just chilling, trading, trying to see what we can do. And that's that. Yeah, I don't see a message either, but anyways, my Gmail has like thousands of unread messages. I try to go every so often and clear them, but it don't really work out like that. So if price pushes up just a bit more, I'm going to enter one more sell, guys. One more sell, because we already... come on, a little bit more of a push. A little more. A little more. Come on. Come on. All right, whatever. It is what it is. All right, so now we have all our stops here. And then we need these to come down, like, you know. Let's see what we get over here. Almost, okay, let's make it $2. I'm going to try and offset this one that's at $5 because that position is just bad. That position is bad. Now, granted, if we do get all these hit stop loss, we're probably going to lose like, well, this one's at 0. This one is at 180. This one is at 597. And then this one is at, yeah, so it's not too bad. Yeah, we're going to get our stop losses taken out. Did I move my stops on this one here? There we go. Okay, so everything has a stop loss now, guys. So either we're going to see what we need to see or we're going to get taken out, which is okay by me. Because then we were initially risking $18. Now we're risking like, I think, 10 in total. So we've still reduced our risk. You see what I'm saying? I salute your honesty to trade live. Most users are faking. Oh, I appreciate you, White Eagle. Yeah, I have nothing to lose. You know what I mean? I have zero to lose, bro. Like I don't have anything to prove to anybody. I'm not out here telling you guys that the Lambo you see my picture is mine. It's not mine. Everybody knows I rented it for my birthday. I'm not telling you guys that all the traveling and stuff you see me doing is from payouts. I never said that. Yeah, I do get payouts, but it's not how I sustain myself. I'm very upfront about how I trade and how I make my money. So I just want to be out here. I just want to live my life, man. And I just want to share with you guys what realistic trading looks like. I think it's healthy just because when I started, I watched all the guys who were getting Lambos and all these things. And then you find out later on, they were not trying to knock anybody who sells a course, but they were selling courses and stuff, right? So it's just a lot of stuff. I just want to be transparent. I started my channel to show people what realistic stuff is like. So that's all that it is. Sorry. For those of you joining, we're doing a community challenge. We're trading as a group. We decided to sell gold. I don't trade gold. I trade indices and futures. But we're just giving this a try. So all our stops most of them are at break even. Some of them are going to take an L. I was trying to offset. Oh. Okay, there you go. Taken out, and we got one more left. And what did we lose on this one? We're almost gonna be at break even on the account. Did it freeze? There we go. And it's definitely going to hit stop loss, right? So basically, we gave back a good amount of what we made. A good amount of what we made. Why is this one still in here? Oh, it's this one. Oh. Anyhow, so that's that. Last week we made 20%. This week we lost 20%. So that is what it is. We'll just continue to be fair, we didn't trade gold last week. We traded a different pair, but it was still cool. Gold, this entry is not great. What will happen if this stays in? $2? Nah, bro, we got to get you down here just in case you do end up going down. Then you can make $13, offset some of our costs. But yeah, man, this is fun. I feel like trading is very like, methodical, very mechanical. It gets very boring. And as a community, I want us to do some stuff that is entertaining. If this ends up dropping from here, right, I am going to slap this machine. Just because then it means I should have put my stops just a bit higher, right? That would be crazy. But in any case, like I said, either way, we're okay. We calculated the risk. We're good. We were initially risking like $20-something, I think. And now we still have... I can't see from here. What does that say? Yeah, we still have $58 in there. Guys, look at this. Look at this. Oh, my God. Oh my goodness. Now the question is it going to drop all the way from here? And this is kind of why I was putting in these, because I just felt like we would at least get a decent retracement to offset the cost, right? So that was my whole thing. I should have maybe moved my stops to every level to here, but that's hindsight, right? You never know until it's over. And so what I was basically trying to do, as you guys are seeing it play out, is I knew we were going to get some retracements. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to enter like 1 or 2 more positions. It should push us down a little bit so we can get rid of that. You guys remember that horrendous trade that was down here? I was trying to offset that. That trade was just god awful. Just awful. So that's what I was trying to offset. But in any case, we are going back down. That's unlucky. Bro, it's all good. It's part of trading, guys. I'm telling you, after you trade for so long, you start to realize no matter how robust your system is, some days you just get swept. Or you just get taken out. It happens. You guys, if our risk management is correct and we have an edge, which in this case, we're not really practicing risk management and we're not using an edge. We're just trading based off what people recommend. But if it was real trading, the next trade will make everything back in some. That's how it works. Because you got to at least take a 1 to 2. You see what I'm saying? I trade only gold and I just wait for sell confirmations and it's not there yet. Got you, Mustafa. Yeah, we just out here just honestly just pressing buttons, bro. Don't take us too seriously. And I don't trade gold. Everyone who knows me knows I don't trade gold. But we're just having fun out here. Want to see. If this ends up going down, that would be insane. Can you guys imagine? Like, even if, because it's almost 12 o'clock, so I'm going to probably have to hop off soon. But even if I leave the stream, what I'm going to... Oh, shoot. This was going on for a while. What I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the trade open and then I'll post the result in the Discord so you guys can see. If it ends up not taking us back out. Right? So, yeah, man. That is trading. That is trading, guys. You have to, here's what I'll say to you. As I said in the last video, if you guys are comfortable with your risk, it shouldn't bother you. It shouldn't bother you. I took trades on, well, first off, this account, we're just, you know what I mean? We're not taking it serious. We put $50 in there. We made 20%. We're back down almost 20%. It's all good. But my whole point is that if we were trading this account for real, I shouldn't be risking $18, $20, especially if this is my last $50. You know what I mean? I should have maybe risked, like I said earlier, maybe keep my stops very tight, aim for further down. Maybe when I had entered, where was it that we got that sniper entry? Right here. When I had entered here, maybe this was the best one to, you know what I mean? When we got down here, maybe close or whatever. You see what I'm saying? Like, you just got to use risk management, follow your strategy, you'll be good. Muhammad Khalid said, do I do live trades daily? No, I used to, but now because of my schedule, I have to do like once a week. And even then, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I struggle. But right now, we're every Tuesday, we do this trading thing. I think, you know what I think we'll do? After Forex, whatever happens with this account, we might do a futures one just for the futures trader in our community as well. So we'll just, we'll make it fun. You guys look at this. The most sniper entry comes back to this level. Unfortunately got closed out, but then same area and it goes back down. Goes to show you we picked the right place to enter at that time. All the other trades weren't great, but it just kind of, as Mark says, a little unlucky that we got taken on and then pushed down. But it's okay. If price goes to our original TP, we should still make some of our money back. On top of what we got with the 13, what do we have? 58. So if I had a 2 there, that'd be 60. Well, you know what? If price comes all the way back down to here, we will still be at the balance we started today off with a little bit of profit, which is all that really matters. Anytime I have a day where like I take a loss, I'm like, okay, I'm going to take another trade if it presents itself. And if it presents itself and then I make back my loss and sometimes half more, sometimes twice as much, whatever, I'm cool. That's all that matters. So we will see, guys. We will see what happens. But trading, guys, honestly, it's a lot simpler than we make it. It's just our emotions that complicate it. Price will either go up or down. That's it. Even in a sideways market, price is still going up and down within a range, right? So price will go up and down. You put your stop loss where you set it. You put your TP where you set it. You let it play out. If you have a statistical edge, you'll be profitable. It's just hard to do in real time because of our emotions, right? So like I was saying, if you're trading and you can't lose the $20, then you're risking too much for the account. Okay, what I do is with my futures, I have a set limit of, let's say, 1 mini or 2 minis or like, 15 micros or something like that, or 20 micro. You know what I mean? Like I have a set risk, and then my stops are always the same size, so that I can manage my account. That's what I try to do. So if you do that, the rest will play out. Now, I'll say this as well. When you're taking a challenge or you're doing a combine, the only thing that can be challenging about that is because they're forcing you to make a certain amount of money within a time period, it can force you to trade uncomfortably. So for example, you're trading we'll use a 50K account. You're trading a 50K account. You have basically 30 days to pass it, because if not, they're going to rebill you on a futures account, right? You're going to have to pay that extra $100, $50, whatever it was. You're going to have to pay it again. All right, cool. So what will essentially happen is you're going to say, I need to get this done within the next 30 days. All right, so what happens? You start taking large positions. So whenever you're in a trade, your heart is palpitating, you're going up and down, you're stressed because you're putting on too much risk from what you normally would. On a 50K account, if that was your money, you'd probably risk maybe $100 max per trade and try and get 2 to 3, maybe 400 out of it. That's what you would be doing. Maybe you might even risk $50 on a really tight spread. You know what I mean? So it's just one of those things where it's like these things force you to trade in a way that you don't. And now, for example, with all these consistency rules, everybody in the community is complaining about it. Consistency rules punish traders who hold their trades. So what the prop firms, and I should be careful how I say this because, but what some of these rules have done is that they've made it so that traders have to pick up habits that are actually good for their trading. That's the truth, right? So for example, if I was trading, if my consistency rate was 25% or 50%, whatever the case is, and let's say from here to here, I had made 60%, I can't do that, right? Or else I would have to make more in order to get a payout. So what I would do is that when price gets to around here, I would close to be safe. I would leave all of this on the table. Same with here. I entered here, price is all the way down here. I'm already out at the green line because I don't want to affect my consistency, right? So it's insane. Oh no, just slightly bigger stop loss would have been so good. Yeah, I know. Just slightly and we would have been in the money. Can you imagine all those positions right now in the money? We would be floating. But if you guys notice, that I'm not selling anymore. I'm not hitting more sells, even though you can see from here that we're going down. When we started pushing down from here, especially with this candle, I knew we're going down, but you have to exercise discipline. What you did is that you've already risked more than you were supposed to. You got to let the rest play out. That's it. You can't do nothing more. You've got to let the rest play out. So at this point, we have basically left, like, with all those positions that were in there, we would have had probably by now, we'd probably be up like maybe, if I'm not mistaken, close to $20 around here, maybe 25. Like it was a lot, right? But it's okay. This one here might give us a $13 TP, almost 14. And if it does, we'll be back up from where we started. And I hope it happens that way so that you guys can see what risk management looks like. I'm not going to move my stops to break even. This is only going to be another $3 loss anyway, so I'm just going to let it be. just so we have the room to breathe, because gold might be finicky and go back up. But at least you guys can see in real time what that's like. Sheesh. Vert said, day in the life of an unprofitable trader. Yes, sir. We living it out. We living it out. Dean said, brother, what's good, Dean? Adib was asking for you earlier. He was trying to figure out where you guys have been. Yeah, see, now he's asking Vert and Dean, guys, where were you? All right, so we were trading, guys. We were up at one point, I think like $11 or so. And then we lost it all to some, should we call it martingale? We lost it all to some unfortunate, not really, it's gold, right? But it is what it is. So yeah, man, we're just gonna, I hope this, like I said, I hope this hits TP just so you guys can see, because then what you guys will learn from this is how to manage your risk. So if you notice, now again, I'm not gonna recommend you guys trade like this because it's risky, but when you've been trading for so long, you kind of understand how the math works. If I had gotten those two positions just to break to this level, we would have offset that bad trade. We can hold those. Instead, we can reduce our risk, because the one that we took the biggest hit on was the one that was down here. This was the worst position. These other two, they would have been like maybe a combined $6, maybe $8. So it would have been good. Okay. And then if we had kept them running, then you would see right now we'd be in the money. So it just goes to show you, like, when you're in a certain position, and even I haven't shown you guys this yet, but I have two accounts that I passed. Was it last week or the week before? And one of them, I think I made like 4%, but it was two positions. I had one trade kind of like this. Price, I had already gone in here. No, it was a buy, my fault. Price went up this way, kind of came back down around here. I entered a second position because I was so confident we're going up. And it was less risk and a smaller size, but that was enough for me to pass that whole, get that whole 8% for 8 or 5%, whatever it was, to pass. You see what I'm saying? Because you understand the math. So don't just get into positions. So if you notice, right, we entered, this horrible trade was here. We entered one more here, and then we entered another one close to here. You've got to wait for certain things to show itself, and you got to space out. Don't just, some people be like, sell. Oh, it's going up a little bit more. Sorry, sell a little bit more. Sell a little bit more. No, now you're going to blow your account. What you need to do is space out and wait for certain areas. And then if the trade works out, you'll be in deep profits. So, yo, Homeless Bill, where have you been? Where have you been, brother? Long time no see. You guys missed a lot of the action. Those of you guys who are just joining, we had like 4 positions open. It was nice. And you know what, guys? I think, to be honest, for this challenge, just so that it's more interesting, we should probably stick to trading gold. So we're, God willing, if everything goes through next Tuesday, we're going to do another session. Those of you guys who are coming to participate, come with your analysis on gold ready. We're going to trade gold. And since we have more room for leverage, we were able to take up to 5 0.01s or a 1 0.5 position. So, gosh, my throat. So anyways, if we make it to the next day, which we will try to take multiple positions on gold. That should push the account way more. And then, guys, we need to work on our entry, and we need to work on our stop loss. Because had we done this and put our stops even up till here, I mean, look at the risk to reward. Let's do the math real quick. So our stops is here, our entry was right here, and our TP was here. Okay, let's just say, right, this is almost a 1 to 5. This is almost a 1 to 5. That would have been a great move, right? If our stops were well coordinated. So guys, next week when we come back, I'm saying, got it back to using public library computer for trading. Okay. That's hilarious, bro. Oh god, that's funny. But yeah, you had a losing roof, but that's not bad though. We're halfway through the month and you only have 1 losing day. That's fire. Good on you, Homeless Bill. That's really good. It means that you're showing good discipline, good character, all that good stuff, man. Good for you. Keep at it, man. Keep at it. Don't let anything take you off your game, off your high horse. Guys, here's another thing I'll say. I'm not trying to get you guys to overtrade, but also when your trading is going well and the markets present itself, keep taking your setups, because you guys, there are times where the market isn't tradable. Like I had when I was in Panama, I checked the markets. I think I traded that Friday. When I got back, I won, but that whole week was awful. I wouldn't have been able to trade anyways. And then the week after that, when I came back, I think I took 1 trade only as well. So those two weeks were really bad. And so there are seasons where your setups are hitting. That's where you're going to make a bulk of your money. Take those setups. And then when things are slow, wait. What happens is that if you're very hesitant when the price is moving and your setups are hitting, and then you end up with these cold streaks or these like droughts where there's not much in the market, you end up taking bad positions. So you got to just, as a trader, you see, you shoot, you kill, right? In trading sense, please, YouTube, don't censor it. Trading. Like when you see on the market, you see something in the market, you take your shot, take it home. Let me just put it that way. Marcus is laughing at Marcus is laughing at Homeless Bill. Shout out to Homeless Bill. Shout out to Homeless Bill. Right, guys? So yeah, so that's what it is for now. Interesting day. I'm glad we got to do this though, guys. We got to do something more fun. I think I'm gonna find a way to turn this out. I think this will be more fun with more money. So maybe when we flip the account to like 200 or something, or maybe even 100, we'll just start taking bigger positions, bro. You see what I'm saying? Because had we taken a full position on these, we would have been up a good amount. This position here was awful. This would have probably blown our account if we had taken a full position. But this here would have been great. So, and guys, if you notice, I'm trying not to interfere with the way that you guys are trading in a sense. Like, I can easily come on here and say, let me analyze, but that's not fun. I'd rather do that on futures. I want us to just have fun. You guys spend all your time in private, analyzing, trading stressfully. I do it myself. Let's just have some fun. Because when we first started trading, guess what we were doing? We were trading just like this. In fact, we were probably trading worse. We just see the market going down, we hit sell. We see the market going up, we hit buy. That's all we were doing. That's all we were doing. You see what I'm saying? So, Marcus, get back to streaming in Discord again. Yeah, Marcus. Your people miss you, man. Adib said full margin. Adib, that is the way. Buy high, sell low. Full margin every time. That is the way, brother. That is the way. All right, so yeah, prices. Now, to be fair, guys, when we analyzed earlier, what did we say? We said we were technically in an uptrend, so we shouldn't be, surprised. That's why I was telling you guys, move stops to break even, take some off the table. You have to understand, guys, what conditions you're in. This is the thing that people don't get. When their setups are like, let's say a 1 to 5, they go for a 1 to 5 every time. When you do your top-down analysis, you should understand if you go for a short, cut that early. That's what I do. Was it the trade yesterday I took? Yeah, Monday. I think it was Monday. Or was it last week? One trade I took, we were going up. We were going up the whole day. And I was taking a sell at a specific position that I've been waiting for all day. I knew price, at least at that point, was going to go down and give me enough to make money. So what did I do? I didn't hold it for my usual, let's say 1 to 4, 1 to 5 or something like that. I held it for literally a 1 to 2 and something. Something like that. Just literally over a 1 to 2. That was it. Or it might have been a 1 to 2 flat. Why? Because it's a bullish day. You know what I mean? It's a bullish day. No matter how good of a trader you are, you have to understand momentum still moves in the direction that the overall market is going in. That's why higher time frames have so much more power than the smaller ones, because what price is doing overall, it doesn't matter what retracements and stuff we have happening here, it'll eventually go in the direction of the higher time frame. Right? So you got to understand that. So we were in a bullish market today because look, price came down all the way to this level and pushed up, almost broke structure, didn't break it yet, but you know what I mean? That's not a coincidental retracement. And you would think we should be falling all the way down because we have price come here, change character, break structure, all that good stuff, and price is still doing this, right? And then gold is gold, man. Gold is gold. Foreign streams are better. No, I'm not too sure, brother. I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure, brother. But it's always a pleasure having you guys here for sure. It is fun. I think in this community, what's missing is just a chill time a little bit. I think there's a lot of trading information out there. I've shared some. Marcus has some on his channel. And there are so many other gurus out there, some better than myself. Like I said, I'm not really an expert. There's a lot of gurus out there that trade really well. I do, however, have a strategy that I haven't seen anywhere else, really and truly. So that is the only thing that I have to my name. But I haven't shared that publicly either. So to be fair. Right? But as you guys saw, I've been talking to Ludo about this. Ludo, are you still here or did you have to go to work? Because I know Ludo is like Clark Kent by day, Superman by night, bro. He just out here saving lives in the nighttime, and then being a regular guy in the daytime. But Ludo, are you still here? Let me know if you're still here. I would like to share this thing. How do you change candle colors? Oh, you go into properties. Go into properties and go into colors and then change all your colors. And then when you're done, you go to templates. Oh, my fault. Right here. You go, save template, and then you can save it so that whatever you want will show. So, for example, if I go like this, then we have that, right? If I go back to this, then we have that. And I just got rid of my expert advisor. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. All right, let me see if I can bring this back down so I can find it. All right, let me see. Boom. Okay. There we go. All right. So, yeah, man, that's that. Now you guys can see up here again. By the way, if you guys want to know what this is, I have a video about it. It's called Getting Magic Tools for Free. It's on my channel. You can find out exactly how to get this position size calculator. It's free, guys. It's free. You can see the name right here, Earn Forex. You can see it. You can also download it straight from MT5 by going to the market. Okay. So I have a video on it. You guys can see. Oh, nice. I didn't know that. Yeah, there you go. Oh, we have another Marcus in the chat. Oh my goodness. We have two Marcuses. Spelled differently, but still two Marcuses. That's fire. Two Marcuses. We have Marcus A and we have Marcus B. So yeah, that's how you get it done. There's a lot of tools on MetaTrader that are free and very good tools. Very good tools. Very good tools. So yeah, price is just, it's one of those where I'm probably gonna have to update you guys on Discord as to what happened with the trade. But if you guys are watching your charts, you'll know. The stops is where? Where's the stop? Wait. Did the stop loss disappear? No, it just... Am I tripping? Oh, wait. It's the E. There you go. There's the stop loss. So the stop loss on here is at... Well, it says down here. 32.24.26. All right. So you guys will be able to see if it hits stop loss or not. All right. If it hits stop loss or not. Right now we have a little bit of this going on too. I'm not really kind of not really trade these, but we kind of got this going on with so that looks like that might break towards the upside if I'm being 1000% honest with you guys. That looks like, based on this structure here, it looks like we're going up. It's gonna, because price is up down, making lower lows and lower highs, whatnot, but it's consolidating sideways like to a channel, and eventually it's gonna squeeze here. It might break down before it goes up. It might completely just shoot up from here, but this looks like that's going up. So just something to keep in mind. Just something to keep in mind. Bro, do you use EA? No, this is the only... Well, this is an EA, but that's all that I use for my manual trading. So today's sideways day. There you go. Up and down in a range. There you go. All right. So this is what it's going to be for a long time. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, it is officially 12 p.m. I would love, when I say love, I mean love, to spend the rest of the day with you guys. However, as a businessman who has other sources of income and has things to attend to, I must be attending to those things. So I'm going to have to hop off for now, guys. But we got to see some action. Next week, Tuesday, we'll be back. We're going to put in multiple positions, try and full port this account or something just for fun. And so you guys bring your A game, bring your analysis. We're going to be trading gold. I want to see what you guys are capable of. And who knows, maybe if we make a certain amount of money, we'll withdraw some profits and do it as a giveaway. You never know. So come with your A game. Let's have some fun. If you're new, join the Discord. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. I love you, beautiful people. Always have, always will. And as always, I'll catch you guys on the next one. All right, you guys have a good one. I will see you guys next week, Tuesday. And in the Discord, you'll probably see me before the week is over. Happy trading, everybody. And Marcus, have a lovely rest of your day. Thank you, Marcus. You have a blessed one. Peace. Love, peace, and chicken grease.